Assalamu alaikum, my dear student. How are you? Hope you are all by the grace of Almighty Allah. Today I am here to take another class. Inshallah, today I will take a class on English second paper. Hope you will enjoy my today's class. Okay, let's start. Welcome to my online class. This class is prepared and presented by Muhammad Shafiqur Rahman, Muhammadpur Ramdan Model High School, Shenbag, Noakhali. And read the following sentences and guess if you find any similarity or dissimilarity between two sentences. Here are more few sentences before you. Very first sentence is Belal is a good boy, and another sentence is Belal is not a bad boy. Do you find any similarity or similarity? Actually, according to meaning, both sentences are correct, are same, but according to structure, both sentences are not same. So very first sentence is affirmative and the second sentence is negative. Okay, another sentence, only Allah can help us in all dangers, and none but Allah can help us in all dangers. And these two sentences are similar in their meaning, but there are dissimilarity between two sentences according to the structure. First sentence, only Allah can help us is affirmative, and the second sentence, none but Allah, is negative. Okay, look at the another sentence. An old woman was too weak to speak. Okay, the another sentence is an old woman was so weak that she could not speak. So here you cannot find any negative word, but in this sentence you can find a negative word such as not. So this sentence also negative and this one is affirmative. You can guess our today's lesson. Our today's lesson is changing sentences affirmative to negative. And at the very beginning of my class, I would like to show you before a structural rules. Hope you pause this video and write down all the rules in your exercise book, and I strongly suggest, and once again I told you to pause this video and write down all the rules in your exercise book. Very first sentence is only and alone. If any sentence contain only and alone, and after only and alone, if the sentences contain any person or Allah, then instead of only and alone you have to use none but. Okay, very beginning of the sentence you have to use none but instead of only and alone. If any sentence contain any things and before the sentence the word only, and then at that time you have to use nothing but beginning of the sentence, nothing but. Okay, and third rules is only. After only, if any sentence contain number, then instead of only you have to use not more than or not less than. Okay, hope you understand. And if any sentence contained any of these three words such as must, have to, and had to, and another word is has to, if any sentence contained has to, then instead of must, have to, had to, and has to, you have to use cannot but or could not but, such as must, have to, and had to, you have to use cannot but, and instead of had to only you have to use couldn't but. And another rules is cannot or could not help, and after verb you have to add as ing as prefix, suffix, and then extension. So this rules is little bit difficult um, in comparison to first rules, so I strongly suggest you to follow these rules, but you have to memorize also these rules also, because if you are given any sentence to make negative to affirmative, then you may this sentence has could not help or verb plus ing, then you have to use must or have to or has to instead of cannot help and verb plus ing. So but you are recommended to memorize very fast rules. This is this one, cannot but or could not but. And another rules is both and. Actually these both and are called correlative conjunction. If any sentence contain or bears both and so you have to use instead of both not only, and instead of and but also, and nothing will be changed in this sentence. Only you have to change both and by using not only and but also, not only for both and but also for and. Another rules is to or to. Okay, instead of to you have to use so, and instead of to you have to use that plus subject plus can or could not plus verb or plus extension dot dot dot. Okay, instead of I please listen to my lecture very carefully. Instead of to you have to use so, instead of to you have to use that plus subject plus cannot or could not anyone on the basis of the tense, and then verb and then extension of the sentence. As soon as, if any sentence contain as soon as, then instead of as soon as you have to use no sooner had, then some other words in the gap, and then instead of comma you have to use then, and then the extension rest of the sentence. And all and every you have to use there is no, and then noun and word and verb and rest of the sentence. If the sentence expression universal true, then you have to use auxiliary verb plus not plus subject, or that means you have to make the sentence negative interrogative. If any sentence expressed universal true, then you have to make the sentence negative interrogative. Negative interrogative means negative. Okay, and you have to change some word such as a few, not many, not a few, a little, not much, not a little, sometimes, not always. Okay, some exceptional rules are also here, such as subject plus verb plus extension, subject plus to be plus not plus opposite of verb, then adjective or adverb or other word, then as or as, not less or not less, then plus extension or rest of the sentences. So I strongly suggest to all of you, just write down the basic rules of affirmative to negative in your exercise book. Just pause the video and write down all the rules very carefully. Okay, now we will practice some sentences. by making affirmative to negative, because example is better than a lecture or better than definition. So let's go. Before going to our exercise, I would like to show you some opposition word or opposite word. There is affirmative and negative: always, never, sometimes, not always, very, at all, mortal, immortal. So I would like I strongly request to you or recommend it to you to pause the video and write down all the opposition word in your exercise book very carefully. Okay, and turn over next slide. So here is some exercise for you. For example, only the meritorious will get the job. Here the word is keyword is only. Only is a keyword, and after only you can find the word meritorious. Is meritorious, this subject is a person. This subject refers to person, that's why instead of only we have to use noun word. So in this answer we use noun but instead of only. So dear students, I hope you can understand very easily. And second sentence, Rishad was alone alive in the accident. Here the keyword is alone. So instead of alone we have to use noun word. Okay, very beginning of the sentence, noun word, Rishad was alive in the accident. So according to meaning there is no change, but according to structure both sentences are different to each other, but meaning is same. One is affirmative and another is negative. So I bought a few chocolate for my son. Here is keyword is very few. So instead of very few we have to use not many. So here is not and here is many. I already have shown to you, instead of a few we have to use not many. So here the main verb is bought. Bought is first form of the verb, and that's why here to make the negative sense we have to use did not. Okay, did not. And buy is a base form of bought. So bought comes from bought. Okay, bought transform into buy. Buy is the base form of bought. So for the bought to make negative sense we have to use did not. Okay, I did not buy many. Okay, a few. Instead of a few we have to use not many. So many chocolate for my son. There is no change according there is no change between two sentences. Okay, he has only two handsets. He has only two handsets. Here is keyword is only, and after only you can find the word is number. The two is number, so we have to use here not more than. So instead of only we use not more than. Instead of only we use here not more than. So he has not more than two handsets. Another sentence is we must obey our elders. So here the keyword is must, and instead of must we have to use cannot but. So we must obey our elders and we cannot but obey our elders. So instead of must we use here cannot but. So hope dear students you can understand very easily the changing sentence affirmative to negative. All men must die. So here is the keyword is all men. So no man can escape death. No man can. A man is plural form, but man is singular. No man can escape death. All men must die. No man can escape death. no man can avoid death. He is too weak to work. Here is keyword is too and too. So instead of too, we have to use so. So he is so. So here in this sentence we use so instead of too, and instead of too we use a long portion of the sentence such as that plus he plus cannot. This portion of the sentence we have to change instead of too, that plus subject plus cannot. You have to memorize this structure. He is too weak that he cannot walk. So instead of too, here we used that plus subject plus cannot. Okay. Another sentence is the freedom fighters are both honorable and remembered. Here the key point is both and. So instead of both we have to use not only, and instead of and we have to use but also. So the sentence is the freedom fighters are both honorable and remembered. The freedom fighters are not only honorable but also remembered. Okay. The next sentence is as soon as I got the job I informed my friends. Here the keyword is as soon as. So instead of as soon as we have to use no sooner had, then subject and verb, past participle form of the verb, then rest of the sentence, and instead of comma here is a comma, and instead of comma we have to use then and rest of the sentence, the extension of the sentence. Okay. So very easy. If you listen or if you look very carefully, then you can understand affirmative to negative very easily. And last sentence, last example of the class, every man wants to be crowned of success. Okay. Here the keyword is every, and we already know that instead of every we have to use there is no, and the noun is man, and after noun you have to use but and rest of the sentence. Okay. Rest of the sentence, here is no change. So you have to change every, the word every, instead of every you have to use there is no, and the noun, and then but and rest of the sentence. Okay, dear student, I hope all of you can understand very easily. And here some home task for you. I strongly recommend to you pause the video and write down all the question in your exercise book and try to solve this question and let me know in the comment box. Please let me know. Okay. Okay, my dear student, that's all for today, and thanks to all for staying with me so long. And before ending my class, one thing I have to say, then stay safe, stay at home, and of course all of you should maintain the social distance and health rules of COVID-19. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.